Hi, thanks for dropping in. It is time to try these circuits again. You see, I don't have to tell you this, but I will. You see, I managed to plug them in to the IEEE port, and I consulted with Steve Gray. He didn't think that would do any harm because there's no voltage and such on there. So I did manage to put things properly in the user port, and I got nothing. Well, then I got a message from Rudy on my phone saying, you might need to put them in upside down. I said, oh, yeah, okay, yeah. So I now have what's called the internal composite mod, card 1 of 3, plugged in to the old original Chiclet Commodore PET, and it has a power connection that goes to the cassette port, and it has a 1701 right here. So I'm going to turn this on. First the monitor, then, I think I'm going to record on my phone as well. Okay, now I'm going to turn on the PET and see what we get. Aha! Oh my. Okay, oh. Well, it appears that we have many things. It's promising. It certainly looks like, oh my, it's going crazy. There are no adjustable things on this interface. And it's funny, because as the PET warmed up, it seemed to do the thing. I'm going to just jiggle this a little and see if it makes any difference. Maybe tweak. Oh, tweak, tweak, tweak. Never do this with the power on, of course. Oh, well, there, the picture is worse, but it's more steady, but I don't know why. Alright, I'm going to reach down and try and adjust some of the settings on the 1701. And see what we get. Well, it's certainly interesting. It almost is like a video game. Catch me if you can. I'm going to try the other. That doesn't seem to do anything. It seems to be the vertical hold that seems to make the difference. Oh, I got it. Well, I had to try. Oh. It's, yes, it's moving. It is. I'm going to just try something. I'm going to turn the PET off one more time. And at the moment, I have the internal monitor not connected. Oh, I'm going to leave it there. I'm just going to turn it back on. Oh, yeah. So we are flying. We are. I wonder if that is going to do anything different. Maybe I will just tweak things here a little bit more. Of course, this is not wise. Never do this. Alright, so this is the internal composite mod, card number 1 of 3, and certainly we are getting something. But I would say it is not usable, so this prototype needs work, I would say. Stay tuned, and we'll see about prototype number 2, or 3, or, one of them. Hello again. So it is time to see what prototype number 2. Once again, this one is upside down, as in the components on the circuit board are facing down. So we'll turn on the monitor, we'll turn on the PET. Well, that looks, ooh, interesting. Okay, this one definitely, where the screen looks very black, the characters are pretty bright, and it's running. So let us see, oh my, what we can do by adjusting the vertical. Oh man, it's funny. Oh, there's more than one. I just can't. It just won't quite stop. And definitely, there's more than one. So this circuit, Rudy refers to as the PET user group, card 2 of 3. There are no adjustments on this version. And certainly it too needs some work. But it's certainly much better than when it was in the wrong port and in the right port the wrong way up. So this too is encouraging. But we're not there yet. Not there. Also, it does seem that its positioning on the screen is too far to the right. It should be closer up in the top corner. It should be. I wonder if I do the horizontal. No, it just, no, the horizontal is already positioned as far as it can be. So, we have another that is hopeful, but it's not there yet. So, let us move on to prototype number 3. Alright, so we now have prototype number 3 connected to the cassette port, the user port with the components facing down, and an RCA composite cable ready to go. Time to apply a power to the PET. Oh. Well, that's not exactly what I had in mind. I see nothing. Oh! I jiggled it. Oh my. Look at that. My word. That looks scary good. It looks crisp, it looks clear. I suppose if I did some more. Oh. Okay. There is. There are. Well, if I turn down the. I'm not even sure what adjustment that is. Anyway, right there, it doesn't look terribly bad. When I turned it up a bit, the background lit up more, and there was a funny line that went through here. Once this one too, it's too far over. It is. It should be up in that corner. Let's see. Yeah, well, that doesn't do any. That just moves it farther. Let's see about the. Oh. Well, the horizontal. Oh, that's interesting. Ooh. Got artsy stuff going on here. But there it is. That's looking pretty fine. Now there is on here a potentiometer. For those that don't know what that is, it's basically a resistor that you can have of differing values. It's like a little dial, like a volume control. I'm going to tweak that. See, oh, we moved a little. Oh, okay. We've gone too far. I'm going the other way. Oh. Yeah. Ooh, hello. Oh, what? Oh, okay. That seems to be pretty fine. So this is the circuit from the book, The PET Revealed, card number 3 of 3. And that is scary good, and I would say workable. I want to, right now I've got the PET open, and I've got the internal monitor disconnected. I think I want to try a few experiments with this. So, stand by. Hello, welcome back. So I have the PET closed, and I have reconnected the internal monitor. Just want to see how that works. Woohoo! That's looking good, and the internal monitor is looking good, and the characters are looking good. Ooh, this is scary good. Yes. So let's try something. 10, print. Oh yeah, gotta find all the things. Rudy's. Nope, not the comma. This keyboard works very well. If you remember in a previous video, I did clean it. I'm looking for the apostrophe. There we are. Rudy's. Retro. Intel. Space. Quote. Where? Semicolon. Colon. Go to 10. Oh, what happened there? I missed the G. Oh. That G didn't work very well. That's annoying. Maybe it needs to be exorcised. Anyway, I'm going to run this. And I'm going to see what's up. Alright, so definitely I need to slow that down. Okay, so actually, you know what? I need to stop it. That's what I need to do. Okay, so actually that's better than I thought. The positioning is not by any means perfect. It's too far over to this side. There should be more. But nothing is missing from the screen. It's all the letters are indeed there. Let me just have up here. They are there. They are. But they're just not in the right place. Now, I wonder, is there anything else I can adjust on this? And I don't think there is. That does nothing. That does nothing. That makes it brighter. That makes it a little, maybe that was the same one. No, I don't believe so. I don't believe there's anything I can do to shift that over. I don't. I just don't think so. But, oh, need to put in the R. But it does seem to be working quite fine. It does. Wow. So, 3 prototypes. 1, pretty darn fine. I'm going to continue to tinker here. Stay tuned. Hello, thanks for dropping in. Here we are continuing to tinker on, this is the 3rd prototype. And as you can see from this dual picture here, we do have, I'm going to stop this for a second. This is very nicely situated on the screen. This is all on the screen, and I say that because I can see the top corner right here is an R, and the top corner right here is an R. So it's all there. It just needs to be over. And I'm wondering why that is. I wonder. and I've done all the adjustments I can on this monitor at the moment. It pains me, but sitting above this monitor is another monitor. It's an 1802, and all the adjustments are in the back, which is why I'm not, well, there are many reasons I'm not fond of them, but anyway. Perhaps what I will do is try and connect this to the 1802. I would hate to think that I send my report back to Rudy and say, yo, you got to do something about the positioning, when there's really something wrong with this monitor. Mind you, I did check this monitor with a Commodore 64, and the output was in the right place. So I don't think it's going to make any difference at all than what I'm about to do. But if I don't do it, I won't know. So I'll do it. Hello, so the PET is still on. I have moved the output to this upper monitor. Let's turn it on. Let's see what happens. Well, that's exciting. What have I done? Oh my. Alright, what have I done? Oh my. Alright. This is very different. Have I got this in the right place? That's crazy. Alright, just a second here. Crazy. I'm going back to the monitor down below for a second. And everything looks just fine. This is why I'm not really crazy about this monitor. Oh, and its controls. And mind you, it has a bit of a wah-wah to it. Oh man, what is going on? How could this be? How could this be? Maybe I'll hit it. See, it's funny. It's like it's just twisted. You know what? I'm going to turn the PET on and off. Even though I will have to rewrite that long program. Let's see what's happening here. This is crazy. Maybe I need to just tweak the board a little back here. Mind you, I can't see what's going on. This is crazy. Maybe there's, oh God. Maybe there's something amiss with this monitor altogether. Well, there, I've at least got it to stop. Kind of. Oh, you know what? Hey, wait a second. Maybe this is the one that has the potentiometer on it. Maybe, for some reason, with this monitor, I need to tweak the potentiometer on the interface. But that's still, something is not right here. Like it should not be. It should not be. And yet, I bet you, if I unplug this, oh, you know what, I'm going to flip, there's the switch on the monitor that goes between the two modes. They can sometimes be squirrely. Well, now I'm in the other mode. Okay, I'm going back to the lower monitor. Ah, don't plug in the sound. And when I do that, it's lovely. Oh, you know what else? Now I'm noticing a little bit of a pulsing on the lower monitor, and you know why that is? Because the upper monitor is on. I just turned the upper monitor off. I'm going to go back. Oh, yeah. Alright, this is weird. Like, this monitor doesn't look... Maybe this cord, maybe it's picking up some interference. Where is the switch? So this is why I'm not crazy. Because see, this here doesn't look like it's something the interface is doing, but I don't know. Because it looks so good on the other one. I will continue to ponder this. I'm not sure even how much of that you can... Yeah, that's one thing about these monitors. Sometimes they get a little overpowering on the iPad. Okay, I'm... Now all I am is less sure of what I was sure about. Well, that was strange. Because, as you saw, oops, I didn't want to do that. What will I do next? I'm going to do something much short. Semicolon, cool. Go to 10. Oh, yeah. Ha, ha, ha. If you don't put in the print command. By the way, print in a lot of basic languages you can put in by putting in a question mark. Why? I don't know. So, here I have two displays that are mighty, rock solid, and beautiful. And this other monitor is just, I hoped that it would help me better get a clue of what was happening. And of course, it didn't. I'm suspicious of this monitor. As I said, I like the 1701, I like the 1702, and some of these others I'm just not so sure about. I am not. I suppose while I'm here, if I can do this, I could, without knocking too much around here. Ugh. I think I've got this 64 still connected. I do. Oh, I do not like these monitors. I hate having to go in through the back. I don't like it. I suppose if you're never going to move it, never going to do anything, it's fine. I suppose. Oh, I suppose I need to turn that off. So I've connected the 64 to it. And it looks quite fine. It does have a little bit of a waggle to it, but that could be because it's sitting on top of another monitor. And indeed, once I turn it off, it's fine. Once I turn the other monitor on, it has a bit of a waggle to it. thing. I know you may not be able to see this, or just because I'm curious. I see that this looks just dandy. I'm going to unplug from the lower monitor, plug in to the video on the upper monitor, and switch the switch. And it's weird. It's got a pulsing thing. I'm going, oh, I can't see. I'm going to tweak the potentiometer a little bit, and it doesn't seem to make any difference. Alright, so that is strange. I'll have to consult with Rudy, because, as you can see, on the 1701, we're all good. Except, of course, for the positioning. Alright, so, the experiments continue. Hello. So, I'm a little bit baffled, but less baffled than the first time I tried to connect these things to the wrong ports and then in the wrong configuration. So as you can see, we have an acceptable display, although it's off kilter. We have a Commodore 64 on this monitor. I turned the brightness down so it doesn't wash everything out. Now I've turned it off. And we have, of course, a PET over here. And everything is just dandy. Except, of course, for the positioning. But why this monitor does wonky things when this is plugged into that, I don't know. Every time we have all the answers, all we have is more questions. Anyway, I will consult with Rudy of Rudy's Retro Intel and see what he has to say. Actually, you know what? Maybe in a moment, maybe I'll call him and we can talk to him. We can. So, yes, I will try. Alright, I'm going to call Rudy, I think. I've almost run my phone dead. We'll keep this short. Hello, Rudy. How are you doing?
How are you doing?
Well, I've been working on these 3 prototypes. By the way, I am recording.
Uh-oh.
And right next to me, I have the PET and I have a 1701.
Right.
And using the one from the PET revealed, it looks pretty fine. Funny thing is, though, when I connected that same thing to the 1802 above it, it goes weird. But anyway, I will try on other things and see. But so the 2 other ones,
Right.
the user group and the internal one,
Right.
they did show up with the screen, but one of them, it's like running all over the place.
Right.
And the sort of side to side. The other one is, well, there's more than one. It's like it's somehow not synced. And I've tried adjustments on the monitor, but certainly the one from the PET revealed, except for the positioning of the text on the screen, it's a little bit too far to the right. It's pretty fine, but nothing is missing from the screen. Like when I filled up the screen, I did a thing that printed Rudy's Retro Intel over and over and over and over and over, and then when I stopped it, I could look and see that indeed, yes, the thing is moved too far over on the 1701, but no characters are lost out the side. It's just too far over.
Interesting. Can you use your monitor to adjust it?
You know what? I've done every adjustment there is, and it does not want to go any farther than what it is.
Okay, well, I've worked on that prototype, the PET revealed, and I have potentiometers on all the resistors, so maybe I can get that to you somehow, and then you can adjust the values. So it could be the values of each of those resistors that are need to be slightly tuned.
Slightly tuned. So there's...
So it's working, so that's good. So at least we know one of the prototypes is working, just needs some adjustments.
A little tweak, yeah. Well, they all work, but they all, I mean, okay, when they're in the right port and they're upside down, they all do something.
Right.
But this one is rock, solid, steady. It's just for that positioning. So basically the potentiometers will hopefully give it potential to be perfect.
That's correct. Yes. That's
Isn't it magic? Yes. Well, it really does look dandy, this one. And when I turn down the, adjust the brightness and the contrast and everything, you remember, when it was too bright, there was kind of a funny line and other, but anyway, when I turn it down so it looks like the pet, it just looks like the pet.
Perfect.
So it is dandy.
That's good news.
So we will talk further. And no trouble. And then of course, maybe the next thing I'll do, because I forgot to mention this to the people, that Rudy also put a place that you can hook up to the CB2 sound, and I've not done that. And I have, mind you, the pet I'm using, the cassette drive, it works, but it doesn't work. I mean, it appears to be working, but it won't load anything. But I will perhaps see what I can do about that too, to test out that sound, which should be just dandy.
You could just ring up like a bell in BASIC, right? Just a little program
I could indeed.
that just pings
the
speaker.
Yeah, there's a character string thing I could do. Yes, there is. Anyway, I will get to that. Right now, I'm still baffled as to why the 1802, because the only reason I hooked up to the 1802 was to see, okay, is the positioning going to be different? And it was very strange. And I tweaked all the adjustments on the back of it, and I couldn't get it to be nice. So maybe there's something, here I am trying to eliminate troubles with one thing, and all I do is bring up more questions than I ever intended to. So I'm going to look for, remember I told you, I think I have a green Comrex monitor, really old. I'm going to try and find it. But also, I've got lots of other things to test it on and just see. I can't imagine that the monitor I'm hooked up to now is so badly defective that this thing works so nicely.
No, I can't.
It cannot be. No. Anyway, so, and I'm going to send you a picture in a moment. I should take a picture of the monitor beside the pet with the screens side by side looking.
Excellent. That'd be great.
Okay, so I'll call you again in a little bit. My phone's about to die.
All right.
And on with the show. And the experiments continue.
Continue.
Very good.
Thank you, Dave.
All right, we'll be in touch. Right.
Yeah, bye.
All right, so we will see what we see. Onward with the experiments. Thanks for coming. Any comments or questions are always greatly appreciated. Some of you may have done this and may have glorious insights that would help us. Maybe. You never know, Anyway, I am going to charge my phone and get this video ready to go online. So once again, thank you very much for coming. Stay tuned. The beat goes on. Bye for now.